crazy.
Crazy.
Hey everybody.
Hi everybody.
Welcome to our third
Edition
of Spiritual Sessions live with
Debbie Creagh and
Norwood. Thank you everybody for tuning in for the past 3 weeks. The feedback that we've gotten has been wonderful, and hopefully you'll spread the word because we have an amazing time bringing spirituality from what the concepts of spirituality is into your everyday lives, right?
Yeah.
Whew, I need some. I'm getting too old for that. Jeez.
Yeah, we've had some wonderful responses, wonderful feedback from people. So please keep it coming, so we know how best to do the show.
Yes. So what I want to start out by saying today, or right now, is be sure to go to Spiritual Sessions page and Spiritual Sessions group that are both under the helm of Debbie Creagh. And they are a little more informative about specific situations and a little more personal. And you want to become a member of her page and her group. And then, of course, come and see me and her on Spiritual Sessions Live with
gmail.com.
What are you talking about?
The Spiritual Sessions email.
Oh, listen, I wanted to tell them. All right, so listen, about the email. Obviously, you guys have this whole thing figured out because I asked last week that you talk to me on Spiritual Sessions Live at gmail.com. Just say hi, so I know that you're paying attention, or to talk about our challenge, right?
Yeah.
Because we have this a spiritual challenge monthly, and our spiritual challenge this month is forgiveness and letting it go, right? Yeah. And we'll talk about that a bit more, but it's important and would be really great if you guys will communicate with us at spiritualsessionslive at gmail.com. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so what I first want to do is introduce you to our producer, Sally. Sally, come say hi to people.
Hello.
Okay, good. And moving forward, I just want to talk about our day today.
Ooh.
So being that I'm primarily in Bangkok by myself, I kind of hold on to my bestie over here. I see her every day, well, almost every day. We even saw each other a couple times.
No, maybe every day. Just
no, ma'am, sir. It was every day.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Okay, this is going to be a little bit much here. But anyway, so talk to my bestie every day. So today, I decided that I would go visit a Christian church because I haven't been to one in a long time, a few years as a matter of fact. And because my new drummer, and I'll talk about him later on when we talk about manifestation, my new drummer is the drummer there. So I told him that I would come. So I called up the bestie. I said, hey, Dad, I'm going to go to church with me. So we do. And we said in the beginning of doing this, that we don't knock anyone's walk. That's not what we're here for. Because I will say that in this room of a few hundred people, right?
Mm-hmm.
About 500? Was filled with nothing but love, nothing but faith, nothing but belief, and it was wonderful for that walk, But I can honestly say that I am glad that I'm at a place where I am now, just because in my mind, people aren't still opening up their eyes to the light that they can really, really have if they knew the power started here. Yeah. Source is God. Absolutely. And the power is here. So to see people still in my brain, not in bondage, but still captive a little, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because of what, the doctrine is. Yeah. The song service was good.
Oh, it was wonderful, yeah. Yeah.
Because see, listen, in the Pentecostal black churches and the Baptist black churches, even in the Catholic churches, which is a little weird, but in these New Age churches, you stand up for like a half hour and the praise and worship sings like 5 or 6 songs. And I looked over at Dad, I said, Dad, I gotta sit down.
I thought it was one song that went on forever.
I said, Dad, you've fallen for it. They are segueing into different songs. I said, you are calling for this, right?
Hi, Danya.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
Listen, the show is Spiritual Sessions Live with Debbie Creagh and Norwood Young. So my producer showing me, Danya says, hi, Debbie. Chop liver? You can say hi, Debbie, hi, Norwood. All right, I need my people, my Facebook people and my Instagram people to say hi, Norwood. Doggone it.
Hi, Norwood.
You don't count. But anyway, so Young out of church today.
Yeah.
It was very interesting, very, very, very cold, to a point where icicles were forming on my eyelashes. Right? It was cold, but it was a unique experience.
Yeah, unique would be definitely the word I would use. Yeah.
Yeah, because can I say it?
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, so the pastor does 2 services. We got there at the end of the first service, and at the end of the first service it was very interesting because it was Thai. So he was speaking in Thai, and he had an interpreter. So I couldn't even figure out what the message was because I couldn't concentrate on who I was supposed to be. It was weird, to say the least. And then the second service was English, same pastor, and he was making a Bible reference, and he said Kawasaki. As my producer said, now, as we know, Kawasaki is a motorbike company. And then he corrected himself, right? What did he say?
Nagasaki or something in Japan he was talking about, but he couldn't remember.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, hi Corey, what's up, man? Corey's a friend of mine who is a police officer in New Jersey.
Hi Corey.
Right, so we have to give our own to the police force. Okay. So, Diane Williams says, good morning, Diane. Hi, good morning, Diane. All right, so that's what we did. We went out to church, and that was fine. So, then
The priest was also, the minister was also quoting Rambo.
See, you weren't supposed to say.
I have
He's not a priest, he's the preacher.
The preacher.
You know what?
He quoted Rambo.
Rambo was in who?
Rambo was in Sylvester Stallone.
I went to the restroom on that. Now what? What do you mean he was quoting Rambo?
He quoted and said Rambo's phrase was, "You are the problem, I'm the solution." But actually it is, "You're the disease, I'm the cure."
I'm not. Listen, we're not going to do that, Deborah.
It was interesting.
Okay, Deborah.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So then afterwards, I have to move out of this condo. We're in my condo right now, so I have to move because the owner of my condo owns a few condos and he's liquidating, so he's selling my condo. So I'm moving within the next month. Oh, boom. Yesterday marks my first year in Bangkok. And the bestie bought me this lily to celebrate my first year. Thank you, bestie. Thank you. Anyway, so I've been looking for condos. And there were specifics that I wanted for this condo. Now, the condo that I'm in is absolutely wonderful. It's the 36th floor and the view and this and the other. However, it's not pet friendly. Anyway, so what I wanted was I wanted a condo that was pet friendly, relatively large, television, a decent sized television. This one's not bad. It's like 45, 50 inches and whatever. And so there were certain things that I manifested for, and we'll talk about manifestation, that I manifested for this new condo. And that was only maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I found a place, and this place is amazing. It has a 100-inch television. It is pet friendly. It is in a beautiful neighborhood, and I'm really excited about it. So I called Bessie and I said, listen, I want to take you to this new place because she does this voodoo shit, right? So, it felt good to me, but just to be safe, I wanted her to tell me that felt good to me. Felt good. she's going to tell me what the energy is like. You know, just, yeah. Because there was a place that I looked at a week ago, which I didn't like at all. She says, oh, the energy in here is horrible. Oh, it's so thick, it's dark, it's just, I'm like, okay, Deb, okay, I get it. I just thought the place didn't feel good, but she was like, the vibe in here is just all right. So, okay. So because of this, and it's better safe than sorry. So I said, I'm going to call Deb. She put a little voodoo shit on there and see what's what. So we went in there. No. Prior to us going there, she says, that building, I know that building. I've been manifesting forever for that building, and you got it. She said, because she was trying to make a shortcut from my parking lot of my building to her home. That she asked, her condo is actually a wall between mine. So she was trying to figure out a way if there was a shortcut. She said, that building, I know that building. I've been wanting to be in that building forever. So in essence, you kind of.
I kind of manifested it for him, yeah. Before
So
I knew
are you taking the credit for
Before
manifesting?
I knew you, yeah. Before I knew you.
Listen, she's taking the credit for me getting it for her manifestation. Okay, whatever works for you.
I walked into the grounds on 2 occasions and I just kept saying, I love this property, I love the energy here, I love the lighting, the feel of it, and I would love to have gone inside. So I thought one day I'm gonna go in there maybe and get an apartment.
And today was the day that you were able to go to the condo building, right?
Like, tell them how that happened.
What?
How you got in there today.
The divine order. Oh my gosh. All right, here's the deal. So Debbie had never been in the building, so I knew I could find some kind of way to get her in the building. You know, you gotta be very calm, very nice to the people, the guards and whatever. Because by right, we weren't even supposed to get past the guards. So I said, okay, plan A is to get past the guards to get into the lobby. So we were able to do that. We got past the guards. You know, she smiled at them. They see blonde, blue eyes, blah, blah, blah. She smiled. You know, she pushes the girls up a little bit. She pushes the girls up a little bit and we get it. Okay, no problem. Like, you know, whatever. So we get in. So then once we're in, I said, bump it. I'm going to see if Spirit is really working on me. I'm going to just see if we can get to my place. So I text my realtor and I said, listen, I know this sounds crazy, but what are the chances of you asking somebody, one of the people that owns the condo, if I could get in? He says, well, just tell them at the front desk that you want to go to such and such, blah 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 blah, and I'll vouch for you, and you should have no problem. But you will need your passport and to leave at the desk in order to go see it. And I said, Dad, you got your passport? They said, no, I only have it in my phone. I said, mine is in my phone too, because we don't carry our passports. So I went to the office and I said, we want to see this, and I told them to name my realtor. She says, oh, here's the key. Never asked for a passport, nothing. Now, many of you don't know that my spiritual number is 9. Right? What floor is my condo on?
The 9th floor.
Mm-hmm. Better view than 36. And I was born when?
In August.
What's the name of the building?
Augustin.
How you doing? Hey, okay. Gotta say, hi, cousin Tony. Hi, hey, Benny Bravo. That's my dude. And Benita Pilgrim. Okay, hey, Benita Pilgrim Perkins. Hi. See, I love when you guys are here. Yes. So that was a major situation today. With no past that. That's what I call divine order. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And of course, I loved the place.
Oh, the place is
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
How was the energy in the place there?
Wonderful.
Is there anything special that you sensed is there? You know. What?
No, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. It's a beautiful place.
Wait a minute. And then when I got out of the place, because there's my building and there's another building. I left and I texted one of my friends to tell her that I love it. I'm going to take the place and whatever. And she says, "Oh, have you seen the bowling alley?"
Oh yeah.
There's a bowling alley. What?
Yeah, it's a bowling alley.
And listen,
in the next building. Yeah.
I'm an okay bowler, but if I have a couple cocktails, baby, listen, I can't wait to move into this building. I really can. So let's talk about All right, let's talk about signs.
Okay.
Because last week and the week before that, we talked about signs that if you pay attention, signs will be given to you by spirit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no way to sugarcoat that. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And sometimes it's supernatural. Sometimes it's not. Like for instance, talk about yourself. Let me preface this by saying, I already know what she's gonna say, and she's jealous much. She's jealous much that I have a couple more signs that she had this week. But why don't we tell them about yours?
So I'm used to getting a lot of signs, but this week I was busy and there was a lot going on. So I was kind of having a word with Spirit saying, okay guys, I'm not really getting many signs from you. And I started asking about something that I wanted confirmation on. And when I got home, something said, look in your post box. And I thought, well, I haven't ordered anything. And the voice said, look in your post box. And when I looked in my post box, I had something sent to me, and inside had angel wing earrings. Yes.
Who were they sent from?
They were actually sent from my brother. I had left something behind when I was in Ireland, and him and his wife sent it to me, and it's months now. And they had just put randomly angel wing earrings inside. So yeah, it was unexpected, completely unexpected.
It was unexpected. She makes it a big spiritual thing, but so I'm gonna let her have that because I got some serious signs. So I'm just gonna let her have that.
He got some serious.
But the moral of that though is to listen to instinct.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
So you listen.
Oh, I listen. Yeah.
But I don't know about it being a sign. So
moving on to yours.
Moving on to this one instance. This is a feather. Now we talked about feathers a week, 2 weeks ago, and how they will randomly fall in front of you. I noticed my very first feather randomly on the floor in my bedroom. And let me preface this by saying none of this stuff started happening to me until I met the voodoo. With the voodoo shit, I was like, okay. So my walk is much stronger. My belief is much stronger. I pay much more attention. So I'm embracing everything that occurs because it's real. That's all there is. So anyway, I'm walking to the subway to meet this one. And as I'm walking up the steps, right in front of me is this feather. Let me see if you can see my feather. Can you see my feather? Right? So this feather is actually brown and white. Now, if you look up, and it's simple as Googling it, what feathers mean spiritually and their colors. This happens to mean blessings through grounding. So it's the angels giving you a message. And this message is safe blessings and peace within groundings. My groundings are my new move, guys. I'm moving. And it just got blessed. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
Oh, God.
Now, so my other sign was, now that was a sign. That's a sign. That is a sign.
Okay.
That's a sign.
It's a sign.
That's not a coincidence of an earring coming in the mail because my brother sent it. But I'm just saying.
Moving on to your big sign.
Moving on to my big sign. So I had to go to immigration last week, and as I'm outside here's the deal. Let me digress. It's the immigration process, but I had to go to the border, and there are van rides that drive you to the border, so you don't have to do the other options, right? If you will. So I did the border. It's a 9-hour van ride and whatever. Kind of third worldish and kind of different. So I get to the border, and I'm standing outside, and I'm hearing blip, 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 really loud. I'm like, what did you hear? You know what? Blip, 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 blip. Anyway, I'm hearing this really loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And I'm like, now first of all, this part of, where did I go? Myanmar? It's very third world, guys. It's like dirt roads and, it's woo. So I'm hearing this. So, the only thing missing is tumbleweed, right? So I'm hearing this sound And I'm like, okay, I gotta keep cool because I'm a black man in third world countries. That's a whole nother thing. So I'm like, I gotta keep my cool. So I look over, and it is a butterfly that is literally this big. So now I'm contemplating how beautiful it is. If it's gonna poison me, but jump on me, bite me. If I need to run, what the hell to do? So I just stood still, and I'm like, okay, this thing is beautiful. But it started coming toward me. Like, and I'm like, backing up, like, no, you're not today. Now, had I been in my spiritual mind, I would have embraced this beautiful thing of nature walking. Don't be looking at me all elitist with your nose up. Anyway, if I was having into my spiritual side, I would have been, oh, look at this, oh, like she would have, oh, come to mother. That's what she would do. Come, oh. I ran from that thing. I didn't know if that thing was going to poison me or whatever. So anyway, once he was over the corner, flapping, I took a picture of this sucker. I have to show you this sucker. I'm sorry. This beautiful, beautiful. Look, can you see it? This thing was bigger than my hand. It was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So coupled with this, and let me say this. When I looked it up and what the meaning of it was intuitiveness, tapping into your psychic ability, blessings. So these were signs. These are real signs. My feather and my butterfly. Do you see that? So Debbie, do you still want to talk about your...
It's okay.
Do you want to talk about any more of your signs?
No, that's okay.
Jealous much?
Just...
So listen, but here's the bright side is this. If you were to vicariously live through my blessings on manifestations this week, you've won. You've been a winner.
Well,
My condo, my feather, my butterfly. Oh, aren't you happy about that? So anyway, let's talk about the challenge.
I just want to say shout out to Tayari. Hey girl.
Is she around?
Tayari.
Hey Tayari. Hey. India. Hi. So India. Hi. I just said last name. India McClady. Hi India. India was my church partner. Like we didn't go together, but she sat in the row in front of me.
Okay.
So where I sat in church it wasn't a designated area per se, but it was where people who were celebrated or what have you sat, so that the people in the back wouldn't be doing the selfie thing and this and the other. So we were kind of ushered into our seats. So she sat in the seats, better than mine, better if you will. So, but we would always, I'd be behind her, and we'd always have conversations. We'd be behind her in church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a dear woman.
Hi, India. You sound wonderful.
No, she is. She's one of my Facebook friends as well, and we talk all the time. So hi, India. I love you. I miss you, honey. All right. So what were we talking about?
We're talking about our challenge for this week.
Right, for this month.
For this month.
For this month. So we're into the third week. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
But even once this challenge is over and we go into another challenge, we still encourage you to do this.
Yeah.
And that is, the challenge is called Let It Go.
Yeah.
And you can't let things go unless you
forgive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Because sometimes if you don't forgive, it manifests physically. Weren't you talking about a client?
Yeah, I've had a couple of clients. It was quite interesting because of our topic, but and I understand how important it is because I deal with people all the time that have illnesses. But I had a very interesting client abroad. I was doing a reading for her.
What kind of reading?
A mediumistic tarot reading. A
Okay.
psychic reading.
You got several people. You said reading.
Psychic reading
Okay.
abroad in another country. She's not in Bangkok. And we were going, Spirit was going back into her childhood and different challenges that she had. And this topic of forgiveness came up. And she was telling me that she's very good at listening to her intuition and very good at listening to spirit, that she's very tuned into it. So, but then she was saying, so what is it I need to do for my health to get better? And I looked at her and I said, have you forgiven those people we talked about in the reading earlier? And she said, no, not at all. I can't forgive.
Oh.
And I went, oh, okay.
Therein lies the problem.
Therein lies the problem. So she had read lots of books on forgiveness. She watched lots of videos on forgiveness. And she said, I can't get someone to talk to me about forgiveness in a way that I can understand it, that I can actually do it. So, of course, I channeled something, but the guts of it really was that a lot of people think that when you forgive somebody, it's condoning or accepting what the other person has done to you. And I said to her, it isn't about the other person at all. It's for you. At the end of the day, the forgiveness is about setting yourself free. It's not about
and you're right. And hopefully she'll pay attention to that and take the advice that you gave her or the readings, seriously. And the forgiveness thing. Oh, look. Hi, Jody. Thank you. Hi, Mark Williams. Hey, Connie. Connie is my dog that I have now. Was Connie's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's long story. But anyway, forgiveness is right. It's not about the other person, but more so than anything else. For you have to forgive yourself first. Before you can even think about forgiving the other person, you got to forgive yourself for allowing the person or circumstance to control you.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So forgiveness is a huge thing because you can't let go of stuff and move forward until you forget it. And it's really not that serious. It's really not. In the scheme of things, like I said last week, that person that you're forgiving or you're stopping your life for is not thinking about you. No. They have moved on and you're still holding on to stuff. If it does not affect your livelihood, your children, or your family, it ain't that serious. Let it go. So the challenge is to one day of the month, a few times a week, remember situations that you're holding on to and let them go. And it's real simple. It's real simple. Forgive yourself. Write down the situation. Put it in a pot. Take that pot and burn it up, and it's gone.
Well, actually, a vision came to me to give her because she was a very visual person. I think she needed something tangible to visualize, so I gave her an egg timer. I know that sounds crazy, an hourglass. An hourglass. And I told her, I want you to imagine life is like an hourglass. You've got the top part, you've got the bottom part, you've got your spiritual aspect, you've got your earthly aspect, and you've got all of this sand flowing all the time. And eventually the sand, you're going to have all your life experiences and that's all the sand coming down. And eventually you're going to get just the sand on the bottom. So what do we need to do in life? We need to reverse our ideas and attitudes to get the continuity of life flowing again. And we need to be able to learn from things and reverse your belief system about the situation in order for that to flow. And for some reason, she hadn't heard it put that way before, and that was for her.
Yeah, and I'm good. I'm glad that was for her, because that shit was too deep for me. That shit was way too deep for me. Listen, just forgive. Let it go. Move on.
Yeah.
What I find amazing about you and me is that we're from two totally different backgrounds. Irish Catholic girl who was psychic from as young as she can remember. I'm a good old Baptist, Pentecostal, Catholic school raised boy in the church. So I was always raised that the shit you do is some voodoo shit. That no ma'am, sir, no. So, but if we remove ourselves from the things you were taught and the things I was taught, and use what God gave us, which is a brain and a heart, and come from those places, then we will figure things out.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? And so you're the psychic, I was a skeptic. You know what I mean? Until I said, well, wait a minute, this is happening for a reason. This is happening for a reason. So the blessing for me was to remove myself from all those things that stunted my growth. Go to a foreign land where nobody knows me from a can of paint. There's no celebrity. They don't give a crap about nothing. And being known for my singing, which was my gift. That's why I wrote Getting Back to My Me. And my new book is I'm Back to My Me and I Love What I See.
Yeah.
I should say that slower, shouldn't I?
Yeah, say that
My
slower.
new book is I'm back to my me and love what I see. Just because I don't really want to go into it. I was just in a whole bunch of stuff, and when I came here, the stuff was removed, and everybody who knows me and connects with me is based on my heart and my spirit and not stuff. So for me, that's you don't understand how big that is. That is why I am so embracing this journey. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this journey, and I'm grateful to be able to talk from a layman's perspective outside of all your woo stuff you talk, which is real. But for those who are further along on the journey, who are familiar with what it is that you do, like Reiki, we'll talk about that. We'll always have to talk about Reiki and manifestation and things of that nature. I'm a layperson, and I'm the person who can say, "Listen, I get you, I understand you, but think about this." You know what I mean? And it works. It's not that it works; it is what it is.
Yeah, but the point is that I was making about that particular client, it's just there's so many different ways that it can be explained about forgiveness.
For sure.
It just wasn't explained to her in the way she needed. And when she got it, then she said, "Oh my God, now I can actually make steps to forgive these people and improve my health." She was really empowered.
Exactly.
But that's not how I would explain it.
But let me say this to you. If you go to a Black Christian church, talking about the hourglass and the dude,
I wouldn't do that. It was just
I'm just saying to you. I'm saying because that's your world. So that's why this is perfect, because you can come into my world and I can come into your world and we can explain to people what spirituality is. Because I guarantee you, you go and tell one of them mothers on the mother's board or one of them deacons about the hourglass and flipping it and the dude. No. You got to speak. You got to meet people where they are in terms of if you want to maximize spirituality. Meet people where they are, and it's just about forgiving. And when they know forgiving from the Bible and forgiving Christ on the cross, whatever, blah blah blah, I can be that interpreter, if you will. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And learn from you, and you learn from me.
Yeah, sure.
You know, because there's different ways of communicating. So can we talk briefly about? So we covered the challenge.
Yeah, please, everybody, can you let us know more about your experiences of doing the challenge so that we can actually give you some feedback?
And we'll be excited to know what you forgave.
Yeah, exactly. Is this a question?
So
how do you know if you really forgive someone? Oh, we'll go back to that. So we'll get back to the question. How can they talk to us, Debbie? How can they reach us, Debbie? We've already explained.
No, tell them again. What if they just tuned in? Doggone it.
You can do it through spiritualsessionslive@gmail.com and communicate with both of us. Or if you wish, you can join the group and you can share where there can be an open dialogue where people are inspired as you share your story. And you guys can actually talk to each other as well, so we're all growing and healing together, which would be great. So yeah.
So there's a question that came in. So why don't you answer it in the way you feel, and then I'll answer it the way I see it. And the question is, how to know if you really forgave someone? Go.
How to know you've really forgiven someone is when your heart feels free, when you think about that situation, and that situation or that person has no grip on you anymore. You feel completely at peace with that situation, and you've completely moved forward and left it behind. It's not influencing you in any way.
Okay. Are you sure you don't? Because you can talk about it. You know. Okay. It's the same as you. You know that you have forgiven someone when it does not affect you anymore. So I would say challenge yourself. Go in a room and sit down and think about all of the things that this person or the situation brought up. And if it does not affect you anymore, that means you let it go. Simple as that. You see, if you could, for instance, case in point, if there's someone that you've been angry at, and you go out of your way to remember that you're angry at them, that means you've not forgiven them and you let it go, and you've not let it go.
Yeah.
If you see that same person and you have the willingness to just say hello. Not how are you, because I don't give a crap. I'll say hello, but I don't really care how you are. So I ain't saying how are you. But if you can at least acknowledge them without and it doesn't, please, listen, we can speak to a homeless person just because of who we are, or anyone just because of who they are. So why would you take the effort to remember why you're angry at someone that's holding on? Let that stuff go. So to answer to answer whoever this person's question is, just let it go. Don't give it any power. It hurt you. Why would you stay in a place that hurt you? Why would you continue to be hurt every time you reference it in your brain? Pray about it. Meditate about it. And people keep asking me the difference between meditation and prayer. Prayer is when you're asking for something from God, from Spirit, from the universe. When you're asking God for something, that's your prayer. Meditation is being still and in silence and receiving the blessing. Right? Yeah. So that's what it is. So meditate about that thing. Pray about that thing and let that thing go. Hey, Pat. Pat Sanders. Pat is my church family too, but that's like my girl too. That's my girl.
Hi, Pat.
Pat was on stage. I stalk people's Facebook pages.
Okay.
So Pat was on stage singing with somebody last week. I don't know what that was.
Oh.
And I told her, I said, I always knew you was a closet superstar. Yeah, she was carrying on. She was carrying on. So yeah, so let's talk about Reiki. So explain, before I talk about my experience with Reiki, explain to our listeners and our viewers what Reiki healing is. What does Reiki mean, first of all? Because when I first heard Reiki, I was like, Reiki? So what is Reiki?
Reiki is a Japanese word. Rei meaning spirit or universal, ki meaning energy. So
it's the key to energy.
Yeah.
Got it. All right,
so it's an ancient form of energy healing.
So it's energy healing.
It's energy healing.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Healing through energy. That's why I'm gonna have a situation. You said I'll send you some distant healing.
Yeah.
Okay,
it works, doesn't it?
It does. It does. All right, go ahead.
Okay. And so basically, Reiki is where the practitioner that's doing the Reiki on you connects to that universal flow of energy and allows it to go into the other person's body, clearing chakras, healing the area.
Stop. What are chakras? Because my people don't know what chakras are.
Chakras are energy centers in the body.
Okay.
Yes, you got.
So next week we're going to talk about what the chakras are.
Okay.
Producer, could you make a note of that? Next week, because we don't have enough time today. So next week we're going to talk about what chakras are. I just learned about my chakras about 2 years ago. I got a head chakra, throat chakra. I got chakras. We are heart chakra. We all got chakras.
We got chakras.
Chakra Khan. No, seriously. We all have chakras. All right, go ahead.
Chakras, yes. So it clears blockages within the body, and it clears the aura, and that kind of boosts the immune system, gives a sense of peace and relaxation to the person doing it. So it's a very relaxing, invigorating healing therapy.
All right, so how does one? Now, I already know this, and I'm going to give you my experience in a minute. But just how does one? If a person comes in to get Reiki, what does that look like?
The person lies down on the bed, closes their eyes, and there's some relaxation music going on, and then the hands are laid on. Some forms of Reiki don't lay the hands, and some you just lay the hands gently on. First it's the eyes and around the body, and so basically healing around the head, the whole body. Yeah.
Okay.
From head to toe.
So is this done in a hotel room? Is it done in your own? Because you said the person lays on the bed.
Reiki,
I didn't lay on the bed.
Reiki can be done anywhere. I've done Reiki.
So on a massage table, on a sofa.
I've done Reiki treatments on a beach. I've done them in hospitals.
Okay. Well, see, I just want you to be specific, just because I don't want people to say on the bed. I'm going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a Reiki bed. It's like a massage bed.
Like a massage bed. Okay.
Yeah, so it can be done anywhere.
Okay, can I talk about my experience?
Go on.
Can I talk about okay. So, I became vegan about almost 2 years ago now, and prior to that, I had gout. Gout is a horrible, horrible condition. It's like 4 times the size of arthritis pain, right? Horrible. And I had it since my 20s, right? And now I know that chicken was my trigger. It's like Friday, and I was like the chicken wing king. So I found out later on that chicken was my triggers. However, since becoming a vegan, I didn't have the gout anymore, as you know, until I came here. For some reason, I had a gout attack, and I had to work sing with the gout. So this one is like, oh, let me give you some Reiki healing. Oh God, here we go, Reiki healing. But this is my friend. I believe I'm here for the journey. I'm here for the journey. But she did not know. So I asked her, what is it about? She said, she tells me. And then in other countries, Reiki is huge. Reiki is huge.
It is.
Reiki is huge.
It's being done in hospitals now.
Yeah.
A lot of hospitals.
Yeah. It's legit. No, it's legit. But I don't like it. But anyway. So, no, listen. So was it on the soap?
No, it's on the bed.
Okay. So she wants to say it. Okay. But anyway, so I'm laying there, and she's not touching me, but putting her hands and rubbing, not rubbing anything, but her hands are just going back and forth. And my body starts getting hot. I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? And then, wait a minute. So I get hot. To a point of like drenched. Oh, that's the energy. That's the energy. So to a point, I fell asleep like that. After hot, fell asleep. I woke up. I knew, and time had to have gone by because I looked at the clock and time went by. I did not like the time went by. I didn't know she had me under a spell. I didn't know stuff. I ain't know nothing. I'm like, I don't like no more Reiki. However, the gout was gone. So Reiki is everything. I don't want no more. I don't want to sweat. I don't want no gout. I don't want nothing. However, it works. It does work.
Okay, so the reason that it was so hot with him is when a person has something happening in an ailment or something happening in the body, there's something out of alignment. So sometimes the people can experience the energy as a vibration, sometimes they can see colors. Everybody has their own unique experience. Because you had that for about 4 or 5 days, something like that at the time, and it had gotten really bad, the energy that went into you was very hot. But you fell asleep at the beginning and you kind of woke up at the end when I was actually on your foot and you were like, oh, it's really hot, it's really hot.
My foot was on fire and she wasn't touching it. But it was almost like you were raising the pain to the surface. It was deep, y'all. So like I said, I'm on the journey. I ain't there yet. So that stuff that I don't get is like, oh no, this is some voodoo shit right going on here. But the pain went. The pain went.
Yeah, it was gone.
So now, who I am now versus who I was 2 years ago or even a year ago, when people say Reiki, I don't get it. I don't want to hear it. Now it's like, okay, yeah. You should. I told some of my friends, go get a Reiki treatment. Go get a Reiki treatment.
But it's not going to be everybody's experience. Some people will feel the energy very hot, but generally they love it and they fall asleep. But yeah, you don't have a concept of time because you go into a very deep level of kind of trance when you're having the energy build up like that. You are going to go in what they call a theta state of consciousness. So you're going into what you would call a very deep meditative state. Mm-hmm. So that's why the time factor, when you don't just fall asleep, you kind of go into a deep state of trance.
So what you're saying to me is, I haven't really received the real benefits from Reiki because I got the Reiki to heal.
You had an experience of having Reiki on 2 occasions when you weren't well. So you had what we'd call an intense experience of the energy, but a person who just comes for relaxation probably won't have that experience because there isn't as much energy needed in the body because there's nothing going on that's really wrong in the body at that time. So they might just fall asleep and go, I feel nice, I feel light, but I feel really good. I feel really energized, but they're not going to have this feeling of feeling the heat. So when it gets hot like that, that's the area of the body being balanced that's out of balance, that's out of alignment. So it can get hot, yeah. But that's not the average.
Was that my foot chakra?
Well, you've got to remember something. When you've got something in your foot, it's not just in your foot, it's manifesting in your foot. So it could be happening in other parts of your body as well. It's just manifested in one part.
What an amazing segue, because we're going to go into manifesting.
Oh, yes.
All right, so let's talk about, briefly, since we don't have that much time left, manifestation. So, can I tell it? Yeah. Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so, everyone who knows me my friends, my family, my fans, everybody knows because it was all in my book that I had no issues seeing a plastic surgeon. Like this is nose number 4. It's my final, for the final. You know, I had to have it because I couldn't sing, whatever. So, no more plastic surgery, don't want any more. However, little Botox, little filler, I'm not afraid of that. I haven't had that in maybe 3 or 4 years. But when I came here, I said, oh, little Botox, little filler, you know, because y'all don't know if you can see, but I had like this elephant situation going on. You know, I'm going to show you.
What are you talking about?
So look, I have like this. See, I got this elephant situation. See these lines? I got the elephant situation going on, right? So, and I want a little filler or whatever. So I said all that to say, I have a friend here who is has a relationship with one of the leading doctors here, and she said to me that her company was looking for qualified people to be recipients of free Botox and filler. Baby, I'm like, yes. And when I read the thing she sent me, they were looking for Africans, Africans, Caucasians, Asians, and Asians. That's what they're looking for. Okay, fine. So my immediate thought is the best thing. I'm like, you know, because she, all right, she's had very paper thin lips. Paper thin lips, like a slit. So anyway, so I said, let me call the bestie and see if she'd be interested. We did some free Botox, blah, 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 blah. So I applied, she applied. So a week goes by, and she says to me, hey, have you heard from the people about the Botox and the filler? I said, no. She says, well, I have. This is why I'm getting the blessing now. She says, well, I have. And I said, you have? What do you mean? She says, well, they called me about an appointment. I said, what? Okay. Now, another week has gone by, and I'm like, I think I should contact them. And I did. I contacted them, and they wrote me back and said, well, to be quite honest, we actually want to appeal to our base clientele, which are Caucasians and Asians. They called her, dumped me, and I said, well, what kind of crap is this? So, and I said all that to say this. At the same way she manifested my condo, I manifested her lips. Touche.
Yeah.
But in reality, we have the power to manifest things.
Yeah.
We really do. Just like I was talking about my condo, the type of condo I want.
Yeah.
And in my experience of manifestation, goes along. The power of it has a lot to do with your karma and how you live your life.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So when you live a correct life, a clean life, a forgiving life, a humble life, when you manifest things, Spirit and God want to give you what you ask for. That's like the Bible says, ask and you will receive.
Yeah.
That's the truth, is if you live accordingly.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
One of the greatest assets that we have is our imagination. And every day we wake up, in every moment, we have so many different scenarios that are being played out by our imagination. And it can be such a blessing. We can have miraculous, wonderful experiences start, desires being manifested in alignment with what it is that we want in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're focusing on things and dwelling on things that are negative, like arguments you've had, problems you're having, failure, gloom and doom, and all these things, you're actually rehearsing.
Okay.
You're actually rehearsing within your body and within yourself for that to happen.
All right, so let me ask you this. Because we're almost out of time. In 3 sentences or less, how can someone manifest?
you need to mentally and emotionally put out what it is that you want.
When you say put out, what does that mean?
Specifically have an idea of what it is you want.
Is that something you pray for?
You can call it prayer, absolutely.
Or
you can call it putting it into the universe.
how does one put it into the universe?
Write it down, specifics, what it is you want. For example,
Vision boards.
You had vision boards is another way of doing it, because you're constantly having pictures of what it is that you want within, and your subconscious mind is picking up on it.
Okay.
So it's a constant reminder and helping you to, as I said, prepare and rehearse what it is that you want to happen, because your imagination is going to pick up on it and it's going to keep sending out those scenarios.
Outside of vision boards, the way that I manifest stuff is I write it down, I put it under my pillow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually been said that your mind can read something under your pillow while you're asleep. It's actually been on.
There she goes.
There's nothing to do with spirituality. This has got to do. This is actually research that's been done.
Really?
Yeah, I knew this 20 years ago. I read about it. I used to put my books that I was
20?
studying.
Aren't you 25?
I used to put my books, because I don't retain information. I have short-term memory, so I used to put my books underneath my pillow when I was studying in university for exams, because I read them and I thought, oh, I'm going to try it.
So guys, listen, if you want a quick way to manifest, I'm sure you heard of vision boards, but just put down some ideas that you like for your life and put it under your pillow. Put it on paper, fold it up, put it under your pillow.
When you wake up in the morning, though, you need to mentally and emotionally prepare yourself. See, even if it's only 5 minutes, see yourself having it. Feel the emotion of what it's going to feel like when you get it. Get psyched up. Supercharge your emotion. Who's with you? Where are you? How does it feel when you have that? And allow yourself to do that for 5 minutes every day, because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction, right or wrong. So eventually you're going to, if you do it often enough, your subconscious mind is going to believe that it's a reality and it's going to create it for you. And you'll get to a point where you just need to think of something and let it go, and it will happen. And you go, oh, I was only asking for that the other day. Right?
Like I know. Like
Exactly.
that's my most recent.
But you need to
and my
practice.
manifestation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you don't need to be writing it down and putting it under your pillow and all of that as much, because if you're doing this daily, you will get into an actual habit of being able to manifest.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just if it's something that's going, if you have a fear of something and you don't feel in a particular, for example, if you have negativity around money and you don't really feel you can manifest in other areas, but you find it difficult with money, you can ask another person to do it for you.
Huh?
Yeah, you can ask another person to put the wish out for you. If you're stuck in something and you really want to move out of it, you can ask another person.
All right, that's something for next week, because that's a new stuff for you. What do you mean I can ask somebody else to manifest something for me?
Sure.
What if they're not living right?
Well, this is the point. You've got to find somebody positive to do it for you. Somebody that can actually do it.
So you actually manifested my condo for me.
Exactly. I did.
And I manifested your lips. Come on, baby. Listen, it's about that time.
Yeah.
It's about that time we say goodbye. So, next week, remember, we're going to talk about chakras.
Okay.
We're going to talk about chakras.
Okay.
We'd love for you to reach out to us, again, at spiritualsessionslive@gmail.com, and we can talk about forgiveness a little more.
Yeah, but please give us an area about forgiveness that you would like us to focus on, so that people out there can throw a lot of questions at it, and we can give, a lot of information that everyone will benefit from.
Okay, what she said, but what I'm saying is, if you, Jane Doe, John Doe, have a situation, a person that you are trying to forgive, and you specifically would like some, not necessarily advice, but a sounding board and some advice, perhaps, on how to go about doing it in the most easy way. I'd love, and so would Deborah. Deborah. Wow. So would Debbie. And the easiest way though is if you're going to do it with a person, you don't have to confront them. The beautiful thing about technology now is that you can write it, read it, make sure it's thorough and it's not angry, and push send, and it's done. All right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. They don't have, the person doesn't have to apologize to you either.
No, they don't. But no, it's not
Doesn't
about that.
matter. It's
And
not
the other side of it is, you really don't have to even communicate with the other person. You don't have to send them anything. Forgive yourself and know in your heart that you forgave them and let them go. And if you see them on the street, again, you say hello. Don't say how are you because you don't care. I don't need it. Right? All right, so that's enough for it. We're crazy. So we're going to leave you. Thank people so much. Right?
Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yep, I thank you so much as well. So until next Sunday at same time, same place. So in October we're gonna have a new situation, new set. Woo-hoo! Okay, so your day is designed in perfection. Anything that goes against that perfection is a trap. Don't fall for it.